cooks, chiefs, captains, chefs, uh, whatever you want to call it. They picked the C words today. Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here. What's she up to now? So I'm documenting my journey as I transition from the brick and mortar world to the online world. One of the things I'm thinking about today is too many cooks spoil the broth. That was our idiom, our expression for today on the Supersize Your Business page. And it got me to thinking of my dad used to always say, around here there's too many chiefs and not enough Indians. And that's because he and my mom and all of us girls all wanted to be the boss all the time. And it didn't always work. Sometimes somebody had to make decisions. Somebody had to be the boss. Somebody had to set the direction and steer the direction of the ship. And it's so true. If you've ever reported to two bosses, I did that. It was terribly frustrating and really hard to know what to do and how to set priorities when I had two totally different departments and totally different people giving me direction every single day. Horrible. And so I had to do something about that. And of course I did, because I didn't want to be ripped apart. But too many people want to be the boss of everything, but they don't want to necessarily take the responsibility for the results and the outcomes and the ramifications of making decisions and making a choice and being in charge. That's the thing about being in charge, being the boss, being the decision maker. Every time, and we all get to choose and decide for our own lives. We all are the boss, the captain, the chef, the creator, the cook, the author, the artist, whatever you want to call it, the designer of our own lives. But when it comes to work and interacting with other people, running our businesses, at our jobs, we aren't always the boss, right? And that's okay. It took me a long time when I was younger to learn and discover it's okay to just be part of the group, to be on the sidelines, you don't have to be in charge of everything. You don't have to be the boss or the leader of everything. And in school, in high school and things, I was the leader of a lot of stuff because I was bossy and kind of loud, and not really, but sort of. It's really funny. I remember the day I met somebody that was a few years older than me in high school, and he said, "Oh, I always thought you were the quiet one of my sisters and I." And I just started laughing because they always thought I was the most boisterous one in my family, and so that always makes me laugh. But it just goes to show you, different people have different impressions of us than we even ever could have imagined. But over the years, I realized it's actually fun sometimes to just sit back and be a member of the organization, a member of the department head's team, a member of a team where you do your part and take responsibility for that, but you're not responsible for everything, because sometimes that crown gets really heavy and you don't want to be responsible for everything. And there's areas and aspects of our life where we have to be 100% responsible. So I always thought it was nice every once in a while at work to say, okay, this is the part my department and I will play in this project that we're launching here at the company, but that's the only part I'm going to be responsible for. I'm not going to be responsible for the overall implementation of the new computer system. Why? Because number one, I don't have that area of expertise or that desire. And number two, because it's going to be a big enough project and job for me to manage just for my 364 people, my department. So I'll take care of that. I'll be in charge of that, and I'll be on the team that makes the decisions, but I'm definitely not going to lead this particular project or team. And that was always actually really an empowering and freeing position. I always felt good when I could say, this is my job, this is my role, this is what I'm responsible for, and let other people actually be responsible for their own stuff. It's really, really hard in our personal lives to let people we love and care about be 100% responsible for themselves, but it's absolutely positively essential. And if we're not doing that, if we're trying to live their life for them, we're just living our life vicariously through them. And that's not fair to them either. We're stealing their opportunity to create the life that they want. So too many chefs spoil the broth. I actually really like this idiom, this proverb. It's from, Egyptian times, ancient Egyptian times, as well as it's been used throughout the ages. And in 1575, a gentleman used it in his book, George, I can't pronounce his name, Gatsby or Gaspioni or something. But the point is, be responsible, 100% responsible for yourself and your own reactions and your own behaviors. Help out and take responsibility and make decisions and choices and lead where that's appropriate. but it's never appropriate to behave the same way in every situation all the time. I guess that's my whole point. So, too many cooks spoil the broth. That was our idiom for today, for Supersize Your Business. For do one thing every day, this year's annual challenge is do one thing every day that centers you. This is the 4th year in a row I've done this, and I do it for me primarily so that I focus on something every year, an area that I want to learn more about myself or grow or improve in. I started out doing one thing every day that scares me because I wanted to do live video, or I'd been pushed to do live videos, and I was like everybody else initially. I was saying NFW, I'm not doing it. I'm never going to do video. I don't care how popular video is. And then things happened in my life that made it essential for me to do video. I couldn't blog or do the other formats. I guess I could podcast, but I don't have that great a voice either. So I thought, all right, well, if it's my voice or my face, I might as well do both, because then I could actually repurpose my videos as podcast episodes, which is exactly what I've done. So I actually got double benefit from that, instead of just saying, oh, I'm only going to do podcasts and no one's ever going to see me. And most podcasts now are visual as well as just listen. You can just listen to the audio of it, but people usually are on camera for their podcasts now either. So is it really a podcast anymore, or is it I don't know what you call it. I'm sure there's a name for it, but mostly it's just live video, live streaming video, or live videos or interviews or whatever. So my challenge this year was to do one thing every day that centers me. And I think it was a really good choice. I think every year it seems like I haven't necessarily given it a ton of thought what it's going to be. Usually the summer before the next year, I pick a book and I say, okay, what's next year's theme going to be? Last year it was do one fun thing every day, which was perfect for 2020. Absolutely the perfect theme for 2020, because 2020 was a year that will go down in infamy as the craziest year. And I think 21 is backing it right up with as insane and crazy. But 2020 definitely began and was a year of just unbelievable change and chaos and just craziness. And so to focus on one fun thing and to do one fun thing every day, it benefited me, and I hope it benefited the people that came right along with me in that challenge. The year before that, it was do one thing every day that makes you happy. I was going through a huge transition that year and selling my house where I'd lived for 25 years and raised my family and my kids as part of my divorce. And so I wanted ways every day, I wanted to make sure I was doing something to focus on happiness that would make me happy. And so it seems like every year the theme has ended up being perfect for the year that I've been experiencing. And maybe that's a coincidence, but I don't think so. So this year it's all about centering, getting to know ourselves better. And it's just, so far it's been really easy activity. So yesterday and today are about friendship and the value of friendship. There's usually a saying or something, and then there's always an activity or an action that goes along with it. It reminds me of the way I do my challenges, which is probably why I was attracted to these books in the first place. I believe that if we break things down into little teeny bite-sized pieces and we do something every single day to move us toward what we want, we're going to get there no matter what. We can't even, no matter how many mistakes we make, we can't not get there if we're doing something every day. I can't not feel more centered at the end of the year if I do something, even if it's the teeniest, tiniest thing, every single day. 365 days of things, 365 little things add up to be a big thing and a grand result. I had a lot more fun last year during the pandemic than I would have had I not been looking for fun things every single day. And it didn't hurt that I had my amazing granddaughter hanging out with me most of the year. Most of the year she got to hang out with me until she started school in August. And then I realized how much I really needed that fun thing every day when I didn't have her, because she was automatic, built-in fun. So that's our other challenge. Working on the next Get Up and Go challenge, February 1st, we're going to start that. And I'm playing with some ideas. I was a little under the weather yesterday, so I didn't work on it at all, really. I had my stack of books by me, and I looked at them, and I picked one up and opened it, and I shook my head, and I said, nope, not today. So I didn't work on it yesterday at all. We all have days like that, right? We all have days where here's the commitments I have to make, and the time that I was going to spend doing other things, I'm feeling under the weather, that it'll just have to wait till tomorrow. And guess what? I'll get it caught up. It's like I'm doing a reading challenge, and, you know, for a blind person to do a reading challenge is pretty challenging in and of itself. But the amazing lady that leads it, Avril Beckford, she Uh, she's taught us how to read books that you don't have to read the entire book word for word. Otherwise, I would look at a book like this. This is just the one from yesterday. And I would say, there's no way I can't do that. But it's why I do her challenges is because it forces me to make the decisions and take the actions that I personally am resisting with respect to the whole vision thing. And it makes me figure out ways. How can I blow this up? How can I listen to this? How can I get this information in me quickly, easily, efficiently, and effectively? And what tools do I need to make that happen in an area that's a personal challenge for me? And that's always a growth opportunity. So that's part of why I do her challenges. Will I ever do the read 30 books in 30 days again? No, because that one added a little bit too much stress. But now we're doing 10 books in 30 days, and 10 books in 30 days I can definitely do, right? That's something that I can do even with my own personal challenges. And I love challenges. I've done thousands and thousands of challenges and will continue to. In addition to that challenge, I'm doing a few other people's challenges this week, and then I'm doing that while I'm getting ready to do my own challenge, plus meeting my other commitments and my other obligations, because it's fun. So that's it. That's all I've got today. Any advice or any comments or any input on the next Get Up and Go challenge? Anything you'd like to see different or have me do and add to that? Just share in the comments below, or feel free to direct message me. Any questions you have, direct message me, or again, put them in the comments below so that everybody can learn. Because guess what? If you've got the question, I guarantee not just one or two other people have that question. I guarantee thousands of people have that exact same question that you do. An area for improvement for me is asking questions and asking for help, because I will struggle for a couple of weeks with something and then realize when I finally ask for help, as soon as I ask for help, guess what? The answer comes from somewhere in my brain and I get the answer, or I'll see something that gives me the answer. But until I ask for help, I'll struggle with that thing. So many of us do that. I'm saying don't do that, because all of us, whatever we're wondering, whatever we have a question about, we're definitely not alone. Thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of people have the same question. Have an absolutely amazing day. I'll, of course, be with you tomorrow to let you know what I'm up to. And that's it. Go out. Make it a fun, amazing day. See you tomorrow.